Good morning, everybody. I'm happy to say that this morning I hit 500 subscribers, so I'm quite pleased about that because the channel was never intended to sort of grow exponentially. It was for family and friends, but there we go. I'm quite happy it's growing, and I'm quite happy to touch on lots of subjects apart from my family, although our road and the journey we're on with the Parkinson's and Lewy body dementia that's affecting Alfie, that is something that I do want to share to help and inspire others, and I hope that what I've posted so far has done that. The reason that I'm here this morning on this particular video, what I want to say, I've learnt recently that I've been mentioned in a book that's recently been published. Animal rights, and the woman who has written the book was an animal rights activist who was jailed on a couple of times for her activism. I worked extremely hard to get this woman out of prison. I raised a lot of money for her. I organised a petition of 10,000 signatures for a particular campaign. I worked night and day, literally. That was now 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 5-6 years ago. And the time I spent working on the campaigns, etc., I resent now, because with hindsight, that's when Alfie was becoming really, really poorly. He was already ill, which I knew. And I was home with him all day, caring for him all day. You know, he'd been ill for 20 years prior to that. And I was in with him every day. I didn't go out unless someone was there. But I worked on the computer. I worked to get this woman out of jail. I worked on petitions that she never bothered to present anywhere, although I got over 10,000, close to 15,000 by the time it was finished, signatures. I sent her a lot of my own money. When the police raided her home, I sent money to buy her a computer, which she does mention in the book. Although she's got the amount of money I sent her a little bit underestimated. Anyway, there's a group of us in this book who don't come out of it very well. And the reason is the woman was somewhat of a stalker. In regard to an animal rights activist who was a very notable, a veteran, a professor with a reputation to keep. She attempted to destroy that man. And now she's mentioned a group of us. I think there's about 6, 7 of us mentioned in this book that she's published. I'm not going to say the name of the book. I'm not going to give the rag any publicity. Some of you will be aware of Camille. She's the one. And will be aware that the whole organisation she started, negotiation is over. It was destroyed. and it was destroyed single-handedly by her. No, actually not. It was destroyed also by a woman called something Schwartz, an Israeli woman, who threatened me with Israeli hitmen. These were the people we were dealing with. And all we activists, we real activists, wanted to do was to highlight the atrocities going on in research laboratories all over the world, where dogs, cats, monkeys, mice, all types of animals were being subjected to abuse and torture. They were murdered and incinerated after the useless research had been performed on them. And that's what we, as genuine activists, were attempting to highlight and put a stop to. I'm really not going to denigrate Camille too much, because I believe initially that her heart was in it, in the work that she was doing. I believe that. I trusted her as a friend. She allowed this Israeli woman to come in and smash not only the friendship, which was unimportant, but the togetherness of people who were working towards stopping the industry of vivisection eventually. The Schwartz woman, very wealthy, we discovered, very wealthy, a lot of connections high up in politics, and when I say high up, I mean high up, but the lowest scum you could imagine. She had an ulterior motive for destroying what we were doing. So, to any of you who don't know about vivisection, it's research on animals to the point of anguish, terror, mutilation. If you want to look it up further, check out Malish, M-A-L-I-S-H. Malish was a monkey who was subjected to horrific pseudo-research for fun. It was admitted in their tea break when they were bored. That's animal research. It's what I and everyone like me would like to see stopped. And the woman writing this book, I thought you were genuine. I believed that you were genuine initially. And now all you're doing is damaging individual activists, and more importantly, the fight for animal liberation. Shame on you, Camille. Shame on you.